Hey guys, how you doing? If I'm squinting, it's because obviously I'm outside, but I'm going to talk about RDA's involvement in the Victorian election, and I find politics to be extremely vile and negative, so I'm going to stand outside while I talk about it to try and make it a bit more light, you know? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I hate politics. It doesn't suit my character at all. I don't like the games. I don't like the deals that have to be made. I don't like parties putting each other down. I don't like being biased, and I just want to let you know that I've learnt a lot over the last couple of months, especially during the federal election, and I want to let you know that RDA is not involved in any political party whatsoever. We also are not going to be involved in slinging mud at anyone, whether it's necessary or not. I really feel like that is the job of the people who can handle that sort of thing. RDA's job in this election is to offer you the options. Now, in the federal election, okay, we're all learning here. There's no rule book, and to be honest, you know, it's all new for a lot of us. So in the federal election, we ran a countrywide volunteer program to try and help as many parties as we could. And it was successful in many ways, but it was also really taxing energy-wise. And also, you know, I think the message was diluted because people were trying to support too many parties at once. So my message this time around is to pick a team and volunteer for them, because you can't hand out 3 different how to vote cards at the polling booth. It doesn't make any sense, and it's not going to work because it's going to confuse people. So my message really is pick a team and go with it. So don't try to support more than one party. Don't layer yourself too thin that way. Research the parties that there are on offer. Pick a team, volunteer directly with them, because RDA doesn't want to dilute your efforts without you picking a team. I really think it's important that you go directly to the parties for this election. Now, we have some great options in the Victorian election, which is fantastic. So if you've got Family First, which is running on Christian values, you've got the Democratic Labor Party, which has Bernie Finn, you've got LDP, which has David Limbrick, you've got the Freedom Party of Victoria, which to be honest is doing extremely well. You know, they're in the mainstream media, actually in a positive light, which is interesting. And the Freedom Party of Victoria, you know, they're really standing on a moral stance. Their preferences are going to be ethical and transparent and things like that. So, and that's, you know, so if there's parties to suit sort of anyone's sort of personality and what morals and boundaries they're going to want to align with. So I'm really excited about the different parties that people have to choose from. There's also in Mulgrave there is some independents like Ian Cook as well. And so what RDA is doing is basically just showcasing the different parties, and it's really up to you guys what you do from there. At some point I might tell you how I'm voting, but that's for another day. But also what I want to tell you is if you've heard about the preference whispering and how it's pretty complicated and how your preference can go to someone else, I have some good news for you. If you vote 1 to 5 below the line in the upper house, then you create your own preferences. So you don't have to worry about the preference deals that anyone does. You can create your own preferences, which is really, really good. So we're going to be advocating for 1 to 5 below the line so that you can control your own preferences, and Glenn Jiggery doesn't. You know, I know you guys have heard about that. So that's the plan. So we are hosting a Q&A in Melbourne on the 26th of, so that's Wednesday the 26th. Venue is to be confirmed, and we're going to have a spokesperson from each party that I mentioned. It's going to be a crowd-driven Q&A, which means that you get to ask the questions actually anonymously, because it's going to be done through a text messaging system, and you're going to get the chance to ask these people whatever you want, and you're going to walk away from that event knowing exactly who you want to volunteer for, who you want to vote for, and who you want to put your money behind, so to speak. So that event's going to be really good, and we're also going to have a Mulgrave specific event as well. We also have our campaign, which is 2022, the year Victorians voted out the Andrews regime. So our campaign is a preemptive, assumptive campaign where we're just assuming the Victorians are going to make the right decision. And so we're going to have t-shirts and bumper car stickers, and the good thing about them is they're non-biased and they're non-confrontational. They're not going to have any branding on it whatsoever. It's really just simple. This is the year we vote out the Labor government, basically. So I hope that goes well. And yeah, like I said at the start, I hate politics. I don't want to be involved at all. But I also think that politics isn't the answer. I think it's part of the answer, potentially. It could be stitched up too, so it doesn't matter how much work you do, it doesn't matter. It could be. But I'm still going to get on the ground and do my bit. I'm still going to do what I can, because what if we can change it? And what if it does change things, you know? And that what if is enough to get me on the ground again, even though the federal election was, you know, extremely taxing and stuff like that. So I hope that you guys agree. I hope you agree that it's worth giving it a shot. It's worth doing something. And I'm not going to get involved in party politics, but I am going to get involved on the ground with a party that I choose. I'm going to choose a team as well, and I'm going to get on the ground for them, and I'm going to do what I can. And if it doesn't work, then so be it. At least I know I did something, you know. So I'll see you guys on the ground. I'll see you guys at the events. Have a good weekend.